Well, we're getting a little rain this morning, or supposed to. Had just a little bit, just enough to wet the concrete overnight. But I gotta back this planter out, back this planter out, and there's a hoe hooked up to the 7230. So need to back it over here and unhook that so I can get the batwing. So we got this thing unhooked. We were having issues because I didn't hook it up, so I didn't really know, but this was down here and it was needing to come out in order to move away from that 3-point. So this is unhooked. I'm gonna pull these planters back in here. This tractor's gonna go out. We got some tile we gotta move across the street here, across the driveway, I guess. It's in the way of that batwing. So we gotta move some tile around, get the batwing hooked up, look the blades over, get it greased, and she'll be ready for mowing. When I was parking this thing, I was like, man, I wonder how much that rock box sticks out of there. Well, I didn't want to get any closer than that, so good thing I stopped where I did. This planter's in here. Gonna bring the 470 in. It's starting to rain out now, so not sure if we're gonna be spraying today. 470's all settled in. So now I'm gonna look at this other shed and see how much tile I gotta move in order to get this batwing out. I'll have to use the skid steer because I don't want to get the forklift stuck. So I gotta move this spool, oh boy. Hopefully I don't have to move anymore. That thing's really tucked in there. I think at the time we thought we were gonna be using all this tile, but conditions weren't fit, so we never got to it. Well, Grandpa's going to get a forklift because there's a pallet in the way right in front of the forks. So he's gonna bring that out here. Hopefully we don't get stuck. And gonna move the pallet. I'll hook onto the forks and move some tile. I need to take these forks and slide these together so I can fork in the middle of that spool of tile. Gotta be careful here, don't want to tear up Grandpa's grass. See if I can move this by hand over far enough because I got room. and see if I can get this out of the way so this batwing can come out of here. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to move 3 more spools to get this out. Looks like the jack stand sunk into the ground a little bit. I have to raise this thing up. All right, we're hooked up there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out of here, get all this tile back in here, and when I get this in the shop, I'll go ahead and hook it up. I cannot see a thing. So I need to hook up the PTO, the hydraulics, and I'm gonna sharpen up these blades because I need it. I guarantee you I've got each one of them hydraulic hoses in the wrong one, so the lever won't work the way I want it to. We're gonna find out. Yep, first one's already wrong. Yep, second one's wrong. And let's try the up and down. That one don't even work. So, well, let's try this again. There we go. Perfect. Well, so here's what I didn't think about. Need to turn this thing, see where that nut is. You gotta turn it to the opening so I can put a socket through and take those blades off. But I need to unhook the PTO so it's easy to turn, because it's not gonna turn when it's hooked up to the tractor. So I gotta take it off again. So this is just like the other mower. You reach through there, see that nut in there? I'll use this impact to take it off. And it's the same thing on the other side and the same thing in the middle. So I'll zip them off, take the blades, put them in the vise, sharpen them up, throw them back on. And then the only thing next to do is just get this thing greased up and it'll be ready to chop down some roadsides. Got the first blade off here and this thing looks like it needs some work, so I'm gonna get after it with the big grinder. All the blades are sharpened. I had to get out the big Milwaukee impact because that 1/2 inch one just wasn't cutting it. So they're all put on, sharpened. I'm gonna throw this PTO shaft back on here, unfold this, and start hitting it with grease. Before I unfold it, I gotta unpin these wings here. You always want to pin these wings up whenever you put it in storage so they don't settle down and hit something. So you just put that in there. Do the same on this other side. And now we can unfold it. I wonder if I can just unfold this thing without having to start it. Guess we'll find out here. Well, this thing is completely serviced. What's cool about this one is it's got a sight tube here on these gearboxes. The other mower of ours doesn't, so you just take the top off and look at the dipstick. So it's pretty handy just to come over here and check, see how much oil's in it. But this thing's all ready to go, so I'll probably just leave it in here and wait till we can start mowing some roadsides. I added a flag in here yesterday and it was hanging down too low, so I just raised it up a little bit. Looks a lot better like that. Well, I guess the last thing I can do here is check the engine oil. I think you gotta pull this little shield off here. Yeah, there it is. Well, we're down a notch, so maybe I ought to top it off. Might do that while we're sitting here. Well, we're good now. After a little bit of a mess because I didn't want to use a funnel, we're good to go. The shield's on, oil cap's on, just like that. We're ready to go. Well, that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Probably going to be firing up the roadside mowers tomorrow. Get some roadsides cleaned up before we start spraying corn. If you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up. Go ahead and do that. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys next time.